Okay, so I have worked on both of these locks. This is the one that I'm going to be using for the finished A-frame piece. This was the practice piece. And I actually started this one before I'd even finished this one. And there's some things like I said, the reason, I'm going to move this one over here. The reason I had decided not to use this one is because this piece is a little too big. Now, when I started working on this, I wanted to work with a Paisley pattern. Now, one might think, why on earth would I choose a Paisley pattern? Paisley was my father's favorite pattern for shirts. He wore a lot of plaid shirts when he was in his 70s and 80s, but when he was younger, he had several Paisley shirts that he really, really liked. So you can see I did some research on Paisley, looked at some Paisley designs, and then started work just seeing what would happen. And I made some mistakes. Trying to make these Paisleys this tiny, knowing I was going to be working with paint pens, big mistake. So I tried out these dots to see. I really kind of wanted to see if the gold would show up. Yes, it does. Although I didn't like it in this form. It kind of loses some of the color behind it. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to end up painting over all of this and just use it somewhere else, because parts of this just do not look good at all. I mean, they're pretty much yuck, garbage. It doesn't have the level of detail that I really, really want. So put this one away. And we get to this one. So the lesson learned with the first one was I'm not going to make too many Paisleys too small. So I did some more research on the patterns and decided to create larger ones. And as you can see, these look way better. I mean, when you compare the two, it looks so much better. And then in using the gold paint, I needed something lighter behind it. So I chose kind of this chartreusey kind of yellow and then put the gold on it. And then instead of using the dots, I used the line, which I liked a lot better. And you can see it looks so much better. I have a few more little zhuzhy things that I want to do. And I'm not sure, I like this element, but there's a part of me that's not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. I may paint over it and do it again. That's in the cards there. I have a good white paint that I can block that out with and then try it again and make it look better. The thing is, I'm applying my techniques, my design styles, and how I work with embroidery to painting. And with embroidery, I can always go, you know what, I hate this. Snip it, pull it all out, and do it again. I can do that with paint, but it's a little bit more, a little heavier, like takes a little bit longer. Okay, and then I started working on this piece. And you can see this one's just a little bit different. I like the color combos in here. There are some things that I think I'm going to change. This originally had another Paisley coming through it, and I didn't like it. And I still think I may go in and paint over this one and do it again. I'm trying to see. You really can't see. I did a pretty good job of covering it. I'm going to do something else in here. And this one, it just got too close to the edge. And there's something about it that's just bothering me so much that I told myself if it still bothered me this morning, I would paint over it. So I'm going to paint over it. Now, this one is also going to have a hole in the bottom, and it's going to be used as a head. So I do know that drawing on these, on this flat-sided, is way easier. This piece is not done yet. I still need to add in more elements. I need to finish out the background. I want to use gold in this one as well, but I can't because it's kind of like the last color sort of thing. And I'm definitely doing something here as well. So yeah, I'm going to paint over this one. I'm going to do this one again. That touching the edge is just like, grrr. I need to move it over like a millimeter and I'll be happy. And then you're thinking, well, why don't you just like, paint over part of it? And it's like, no, that's not going to do it. It's not going to look right. So I have some more elements here to add. I need to decide exactly how large the hole is going to be down here. And then I'm also going to do a couple of them down here as well. So that's where I am right now with regard to painting. And like I said, I'm really, really pleased with how the colors are coming out on here. And hopefully I'll have these done in the next couple of days and I can move on to the next piece. I'm going to the library tomorrow and I have some things I need to print out because there's some additional like Disselfink hex sign-esque sort of stuff that I want to do. And I need some reference of that that's not on a screen. In other words, I'm doing some work on computer to get some things the way that I want them, and then I'm going to print them out and use them as visual reference and traceable reference if I need it. So those are coming soon because I know what I want to do with those. So yeah, we're cooking along here. So I will thank all of my patrons. Thank you so much. Your support means everything to me. Seriously means everything to me. And I will see you in the next video.